Hello and welcome to the third special of the return of the long-awaited sequel. Today, we are doing the long-awaited sequel introduction special. And I've got with me in the studio, JoeModo. Say a little cheeky hello there, Joe.
Hello, it's me, Joe McGuy. Excited to be here for another special. I only really do the specials. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. I feel it.
Yeah. Well, let's play the music. So, in this special, we're here to sort of give you an introduction to what the long-awaited sequel is all about. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's the plan, really. Lots of new listeners have come in. We hope.
Yeah, we've had floods of fan mail. Well, I say fan mail. It's complaints and final demands for invoices. But I like to think it's all related to this show, so yeah. I call it fan mail. We've definitely touched a nerve. that we can be clear on. But yeah, we're three episodes in, 3 weeks in.
3 weeks in, sure. Yeah, let the audience believe that.
Yeah, well, look, they don't need to know that we block record these over a 2-day period.
I mean, we block record, they block them out.
Yeah, fair. It works. That's the slogan. That's the new slogan of the long way.
That's a tagline. We needed some more of those.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got. It's quite an unusual structure here at a long-awaited sequel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at its core, it's a very simple idea. You get two people discussing the weighty issues of the day.
Yeah, just 20-minute episode. No nonsense. Just the weighty issues of the day.
Yeah, bang, in and done. Admittedly, the 2 episodes we've done so far, I believe, are closer to 30 minutes.
Yes, and if we're being honest about it, there might have been some nonsense that slipped in there.
Well, it's just the quality control. We couldn't afford the quality control, unfortunately.
No. I spoke with the lawyer and the accountants, and they all agreed. There's just no budget for it.
I've got to say, one thing I'm proud of, in the last episode, we managed to avoid any callbacks.
No callbacks to past material.
No. So we talked about that in the Resurrection special and said we need to try and move beyond just looking back at our own content and talking about it all the time.
Yeah, definitely. Originality is key. I think we used to talk about that in the very old episodes as well.
Oh, really? Oh, the back catalogue. But the in the transport special, we just was looking forward. Well, we were looking back at the history of transport, but but
in an original way.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, no one's ever looked at the history of transport. I mean, I haven't looked into that, but I assume no one else did because I didn't.
It's I like the logic. I love the logic. Yeah, you've obviously thought it through.
Yeah. I mean, if I didn't research the history of transport, then why would anyone else?
And they don't need to now because we've given them the history of transport. There we go. Anyway, enough about managing.
No references to past episodes.
Enough about managing to avoid callbacks. So we've got specials. We've got very special episodes of the long-awaited sequel, and I think that it doesn't undersell them to say that every single episode so far has been a special episode.
It has been a special episode, and special, that really means something. That means a lot. Like, you get special effects in movies, and those are like spectacular effects, like magic, explosions, and all sorts. Like, you never see anyone do normal effects for movies, do you? You have entire special effects departments. No one's going like, "Oh, I'm in charge of all the normal effects."
What is the normal effects? So when does a special effect?
Normal effects is if we're filming a scene in a house and the mailman delivers some letters while it's happening. That would be a normal effect.
I was just wondering at what level does a special effect become a normal effect? When does a special effect been done so many times that they just go, do you know what, we're gonna pass this one off. Yeah, we're gonna pass this one off to the normal effects department from now on. Things like a slightly blurry shot or something. It used to be special effects, really high tech, and then nowadays anyone can do it. We just go, we'll get the normal effects department to do that.
we can pass this one on to normal effects.
Yeah. So that's where, our episodes have not declined to the point where they're normal episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like in the end credits, the normal effects people don't even get their name put in.
No, just why would they?
Yeah,
frankly,
it's just like the axe that hovers over them. Like, okay, Dave, if you mess up that special effects explosion one more time, you're being demoted to normal effects.
Oh, wow. Is it? But then again, do you think like normal effects in the film industry is what YouTube calls special effects?
Oh yeah, like the word art of special effects.
Yeah. Like when you've got that like really
bright pixelated lens flare,
or the really badly composited explosion that you always used to see in every YouTube video. Every time there was an explosion, it was the same explosion, not quite centered on where it needed to be.
Yeah, a little bit low frame rate, especially compared to the original footage.
Yeah, and for some reason it's always cropped off at the bottom, even if it's in the middle of the screen.
Oh yeah,
every time. So we're trying to avoid being. Maybe we are. Are we the special effects of YouTube or of film when we have our special episodes? I don't think
depends on people's standards, doesn't it?
Say,
which is what that whole gamble here is based on.
Let's not ask that question because I'm not sure I'll like the answer.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so the long-awaited sequel, it has special episodes, but it also has some other kinds of episodes as well.
Well, we've had a mini-sode, which we mentioned before. You and me for 10 minutes. That was due to the studio being beset by noise complaints
at 4 a.m. Yeah, that's literally what happened.
Yeah, there's options in the future for actually doing like episode 1, episode 2, potentially.
Actual standard episodes. If the demand is there.
Yeah, I mean, well, the point is it will be a drop in quality compared to the special. We all know this.
Obviously, I refuse to star in any normal episodes. So.
Yeah, but then it's like if there's an episode recorded, you just go, oh well, that's not up to our normal high standards. Just throw it out as a normal episode. Just lower people's expectations. I mean, do you know the history behind the name of the long-awaited sequel? Do you know why it's called the long-awaited sequel?
I don't know actually. I mean, I'm probably used to know, but I've been awaiting so long that it's all lost to time for me.
So the logic is, okay, I didn't want people to be expecting too much, right?
Wise, very wise.
Well,
yeah.
So I thought, how can I get that sense of disappointment across to the audience before even getting in front of the microphone, right? Mm-hmm. So what is always worse? A sequel. I think there's only been like 2 sequels that are better than the original. Okay, so it's a sequel.
Yeah, that's great topic, by the way, for another special. The only good sequels.
The only good sequel. Oh, we'll have to resurrect the film review section.
A resurrection of the film review special. I don't know. That's straying again close to past territory.
But the point is, okay, a long-awaited sequel is always, it's got really high chance to be awful because. In the best world of the world, if it's been 20 years since the previous film, all your favourite characters have got grey-haired, fat, old. There's like you can't always get the rest of the crew back together. So a long-awaited sequel always an even bigger disappointment. And the thing is, as well, is you always watch the original in the context of the person you were when you were the original. 20 years later, you might not be the same person. In fact, you're probably not. So you watch the sequel and go, well, this isn't very funny. Even if it's got the same type of humour. So long-awaited sequel, not very good. Okay,
but I do like the fact that long-awaited, you put a little bit of hope in there, right? Like people are waiting for it. It's not forgotten.
Oh no,
not the long-abandoned sequel.
No, which I'm sure some people called it before forgetting it ever existed in the gap between these episodes. But still,
Yeah. I wonder why they talk about the long-awaited sequel in the gap. I mean, just go buy clothes.
TK Maxx, I was in there as well. Yeah. There's just throngs of people going, when's the long-awaited sequel coming back?
That's why I don't shop there anymore. Also, there's a pandemic.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, I thought.
Yeah, but number one on the list, too many people were talking about the long-awaited sequel.
Just, I couldn't get away from it, you know? Just like, geez, you do a few episodes and then people just never leave you alone. But the point is, Ben, what's even more disappointing than that? Usually special episodes. Okay?
Yeah, specials are never held to the same standard as like the full series, right?
Yeah, like the full series is meant to be well crafted, tightly honed, potentially scripted, you know, good acting, good direction.
Yeah, overarching plot as well.
Yeah. And then the specials are just sort of like they're celebrations. They're not really there as a
they're a bit of fun, right? Maybe there's a couple of callbacks to things that happened in the past. Yeah, not something we do, of course, because we pride ourselves on our originality here.
Yes, I know. I think we mentioned that a couple of episodes ago. But
no, not only at this point are we just deliberately making stupid callbacks, but we're actually copy-pasting the exact same wording of joke to do it. And I can't even say it's that intentional. We're just that stupid. Good time.
Well, I think we've discussed the name often long enough now.
Yeah.
We've had, I have to say, a flood of letters asking about the revenue splits that we mentioned in the last
I wonder who
episode.
sent those. Some kind of tax authority.
It was HMRC, actually. Yeah,
it was.
Yeah,
Her Majesty's
revenue and
customs. I keep thinking Royal Customs, and then it's just like use the soup spoon.
Royal Customs. I've just got the image now of the Queen working at a customs office, just going, "Please,
sorry, dear, you cannot import livestock.
Just please put all your metal items, in the tray and walk through the metal. No, Philip, come and pat this one down." Right, well...
So did you actually open the letters, or were you lost in that world of thought the entire time?
No, it's... So, you know, it's nice that we've got some fans at the tax office, actually, because this very podcast has been referred to by HMRC as the most obvious tax loophole since the Cayman Islands. So, yeah, there must be a fan.
Well, they have heard of us.
They say they love tax shelters.
They love tax shelters.
Yeah. Because this show, they're a little bit suspicious, honestly, because this show has got quite high production costs and has been running since 2014, but has only had like 8 episodes since then.
I mean, look, it's not a good run, right? It's not the best record.
And according to the financial records, has actually existed and been running since the 1950s. So they are a little...
It's been on the books a while. Look, I needed to move some money around, and I thought, one day, I'm sure we'll make it.
Yeah,
so
and you did it in the 50s. The 50s, 30 years before you were born, which is how they'll never figure it out.
You've got to be well prepared. I mean, one thing has become clear. You can't just like hit record and start improvising a bunch of stuff. That's why we do such detailed preparation.
Yeah, I mean, every part of this is scripted. Although I have to say that I'm glad that it sounds so natural.
Yes. I also always believe, continued on next page, that you can't just read something from a piece of paper and make it sound good.
I would just like to add that I've always believed your printer is low on ink. Please go to HTTP.
Yeah, pause for laughter.
Yeah. Oh, that's my laugh track playing in nicely there.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
So, well, I think we've summed up the show quite nicely. We are getting towards the end, actually, of our pre-planned series of episodes.
Yeah.
Honestly.
We're just doing so well. That must be it.
Yeah, that's the thing. So we need to come up with some new future plans for the people. The people demanding either to carry on or to stop. I didn't really listen, but there are crowds and throngs of people.
I mean, if we can keep 50% of them happy,
yeah, I'd be astonished.
Governments of the world have been setting that as their goal for the longest time. So.
That's true, actually. Actually, not even 50%. It's 50% of the people who are bothered enough to have an opinion.
Yeah.
So,
and, I mean, we certainly have opinions here.
My God, do we have opinions?
But yeah, episode ideas. So,
yes.
Talking about the only good film sequels. That's one.
Yep.
I mean, that needs some thought put into it, which, of course, we always do before recording one of these episodes.
Yeah, so it's no more work than any other episode we've done.
But how about, because we make all of these episodes anyway, why don't we do a making of special?
Well, that's the sort of thing you do when you're really running out of material, isn't it?
I would like to view it as efficient use of existing resources. And our accounts team would like to see it as stop spending more money.
The accounts team, but they get 90%. Oh, wait, hang on. Do they? No, because the marketing team takes it first, don't they?
Yeah, the marketing team gets the 85, and then the accounts gets 90% of what's left over. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, so we cobble together. So we let the listener, and I think I'm correct in saying listener.
The listener. We're speaking to you as an individual.
Yeah. We're talking to you. We're speaking to you. We can let you peek behind the sleek, high-level curtain that covers the production machine that is the long-awaited sequel.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to see all the inner workings. You'll be able to see it's not quite as slick and as easy as we make it sound on the final recording.
Yeah, a lot of work goes into these. So you will be able to see that in the making of special. Maybe there'll be some audio commentary as well. And like the thoughts of the creators, which that's going to be something.
An audio commentary track on the audio podcast.
Well, it's hardly going to be a visual commentary, isn't it?
Oh my God, imagine that. Imagine if, like they have audio commentary tracks for films. They had a visual comedy track for radio shows. They just broadcast it on BBC 4 at 3 in the morning.
I imagine what that would be in this context would be like a camera on us, like a YouTube reaction video.
Yeah.
And just be like us shaking our heads and then laughing far too much at our own jokes.
There'll be like, and we only get, and the marketing team takes 80% of the revenue, and we have to go, and pause it and do the standard YouTube react, with their explosive noises as it zooms right in on our faces.
Yeah, air horns as well.
Yeah. They make no money.
They make no money.
Oh, and the great thing is, because you have to pause it every time you want to say something, and we incessantly want to say things. 20-minute / half-hour episodes take 3 hours for us to go through. We go, wait a minute, did they just say rewind?
It's like timeout.
But then we can do a reaction to the reaction. Just go, time out. And we go, wait, time out. Why is he timing out here? This seems like a perfectly sensible thing to say.
Time out. I think we're using time out too much. Just won't work.
Yeah. Jeez. Time back in.
Time in.
Have we covered everything we wanted to?
I think people now understand the concept of a long-awaited sequel. And they can probably identify the warning signs as well.
They also can identify the concept behind the title, which is a pretty solid.
To be fair, that did serve as a pretty good introduction.
Yeah. So. Yeah. I mean, that was the idea is to let people be disappointed before they hit play, rather than just afterwards.
Yeah. It's like the health warnings on cigarettes. It's managed by the same government department.
Is it? Oh, right, yeah. I forgot we had our own governmental department. Which is another reason why the production costs on this show are so damn high.
Well, we are job creators, though. We can pride ourselves on that.
Well, on that positive note, I think it might be time to end this episode. We might actually finish roughly on 20 minutes.
Oh,
I know.
That's perfect.
Can you believe
won't
it?
Overrun like a late night stream on twitch.tv/JoeModo.
My God. How long are we going to do this advertising for? Tell me.
Advertising? I'm just having a normal conversation with my friend. He streams on Twitch and also produces a podcast called The Long-Awaited Sequel, available on his website, iTunes, youtube.com/JoeModo, RSS.
I'm concerned that we are self-advertising at this point, Joe.
Oh.
But I just want to say that you can discuss this more in depth and offer your thoughts on it on twitch.tv/JoeMcGuy at 8 p.m. GMT every Wednesday. So,
that does sound like the place for it. And we've cleverly gone around the self-advertising rule there by just advertising each other.
I know. Yeah. This will never go out on the BBC.
Yeah. That's actually what we do in hockey, it turns out. There's a rule that you're not allowed to remove your own gloves to get into a fight with someone. So what hockey players started doing is just removing each other's gloves to get into fights.
Is that genuinely true?
That is a genuine fact, yeah. I thought that was hilarious. We just want to have fights.
We have had 2 genuine facts in 2 episodes.
Oh my goodness, it has improved.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, I'm not sure we can keep this recklessly high level of quality going forwards, but I'm happy with it. So, thanks for listening, and why not join us next week when there'll be some other thing going on.
And the long-awaited sequel.
Yes, absolutely.